Hi, I'm Gena Greher from UMass Lowell.
Hi, my name is Savannah Marshall, and I'm the instructor for this course, Progressive Performance and Production Pedagogy.
Progressive Performance and Production Pedagogy, or ProgPed, was developed as a disruption to traditional instrumental and voice pedagogy classes and the skills-based mindset our students are enculturated into through their own school experiences. For many of our students, teaching sequentially through a notation-based approach to learning music is the only form of music instruction they have ever experienced. Understanding how to get people to make music without knowing all the theoretical pieces is a major challenge to their thinking. The goal is to help our students embrace the more inclusive practices needed for working in community settings, regardless of the age of their students. Even when working in schools with large percentages of non-traditional music learners, including at-risk learners, our students need to lose their perfectionist blind spot and shift their thinking from rigidity to flexibility and from all-knowing teacher to being a welcoming facilitator. ProgPed provides our music education students an opportunity to engage in more informal, participatory music-making practices and working with the music that interests the people they work with. It is hoped this approach will prove beneficial within both school and community settings to support engagement in music across the lifespan and across ability levels. Among the goals of this class is that students will work in small peer groups, designing and facilitating small group music-making experiences that are out of their primary performance comfort zone. They will be learning to perform on a variety of instruments, compose, improvise, analyze, arrange, and cover music for acoustic and electronic instruments.
And I'd like to take some time right now to illustrate to you some of the activities that we've done throughout this course. The first one is called the unit cycle. Now, this is a really cool project that we've actually adapted from a music clubhouse in our area that does the same work with kids age K through 8, both after and during school for their music education. The class chooses one song that they'd all like to learn, and they learn it from the perspective of the drummer, of the guitar player, of the bass player, the keyboard player, and as the vocalist. So everybody takes turns rotating around all 5 of those little cycles, and after they've experienced all of them, they choose their favorite and they kind of perfect it in what's called a power block. And then we all come together in a big super jam, all simultaneously with all the instruments that we have, and play the song down, and it's great fun. So in the college context, we do the exact same activity, except we divide our class. Half are the teachers and the other half of the students. And we ask the students to not play it down, not pretend that they're children or like they don't have as much musical knowledge that they have. We say, bring it up, bring everything you got. But sometimes, a student will have never played the drums before, and sometimes they're a principal percussionist. So the teacher, no matter what, though, has the unique challenge of teaching an instrument that a lot of times they've never even played before, never mind taught a lesson on. So the whole thing is great experiential learning intended to illustrate a different pedagogical approach to music learning aside from method books or band class that they might have experienced, even just music theory. Kind of encourages and almost forces our students to embrace this DIY musician culture as students quickly prepare to teach and learn lessons on instruments that they have no formal training on. They have to kind of rely on the internet quickly and tabs and ask each other, hey, is this how you do this? And they're going into it a little bit blind, but a lot of times that's just how music learning happens out in the real world. So it's really great practice. I'm a percussionist by nature, by trade, by education. It's what I do. So I already came to this class knowing that playing the drums is one of the most accessible ways to make music. It relies on something that we all already have if you're alive, which is pulse. So with all of that in mind, it was an easy and natural way to bring music into senior centers and kind of check off that box of we wanted to do some more lifelong learning in this course. We brought it to a senior center. Every semester we taught the course, we would go to the senior center in our town and just do a big drum jam with them in multiple activities that would kind of develop during class. And another time we set up a drum circle on campus, but in the fancy provost office, and for all the folks that just walked by incidentally that day, just as a way to thank them. What better way to demonstrate skill on a new instrument and to turn up the heat a little bit than to perform it live in front of a real audience? Enter the live band karaoke project. This was a final assessment project in ProgPed one semester that asked students to break up into small bands Each student had to perform on 4 different songs, all playing bass, guitar, drums, and keyboard. And these tunes would act as an instrumental backing track for a live karaoke singer. One night at UMass Lowell, we hosted a live band karaoke event that earned recital credit for students majoring in music, but it really felt more like a fun night out on the town. The audience and the musicians on stage became one. It was a real community music event at its best. Many students in the class were glowing after the experience and claimed that they would remember this night for the rest of their lives.
The service learning component of this class into community-based settings helps our students gain a new perspective on how the act of making music together can create a sense of community and well-being in much the same way that pre-practicum field experiences in schools provides an opportunity to put theory into practice. In a typical pedagogy class, students would facilitate individual and small group instruction with their peers. Being a facilitator with a group of novices, however, is a very different experience from working with one's peers. By facilitating music-making sessions, sing-alongs, and drum circles with a variety of people in multiple settings, our students gain experiences working out of their comfort zones and moving their thinking towards a culture of inclusion and understanding that anyone at any level is capable of making music. They are now a bit more aware of the role music can play beyond the pre-K through 12 classroom and across the lifespan. In the following video, Alexis Chichek will take you through how she and her classmates salvaged a rock and roll lunch at our local senior center after the COVID-19 shutdown.
Live band karaoke is an experience where a live band performs with the karaoke singer. This is a fun way to get the community involved and prepare music education students to be well-rounded and empathetic teachers. Playing in a karaoke band teaches how to play new instruments in different styles by actually performing on them. Students often rotate through all of the instruments in the band and tailor the set list of songs to the audience. This community outreach helps the future music teachers prepare to work with all kinds of people in all styles of music and gives a fun and engaging opportunity to a community member to sing in a band. This model was developed by Savannah Marshall in her music education class. Taking inspiration from this event with the help of Savannah Marshall and Dr. Gena Greher, I put together a group of music education students to perform at the Lowell Senior Center. Because this event was postponed, we created a virtual version. Go ahead and sing along yourself. In conclusion, live band karaoke is a mutually beneficial way to bring music making to all ages in the community while furthering future music teachers' knowledge of contemporary music and teaching across the lifespan with empathy.